Simply said, the Dollar Tree experience has changed. Do you recall the days when everything was truly only $1? It was easier back then. However, in late 2021, Dollar Tree raised their pricing by 25%. Although a quarter may not seem like much, it is an overnight 25% price increase. The math doesn't work up, does it? Imagine your favorite fast food restaurant charging $5 for your typical $4 meal while continuing to refer to themselves as budget bites. Many customers are unaware that this seemingly minor adjustment has increased the cost of several Dollar Tree items relative to those found at larger retail establishments. Toilet paper at Dollar Tree actually costs more per sheet than other stores, according to a recent shopping test. Several of these deals provide you less value for your money when you consider the actual amount of stuff you're buying. How our brains interpret that $1.25 price tag is the hard part. Even if you're frequently spending more per ounce or per unit than you would at ordinary stores, it still feels like $1 in your mind because, according to research, we tend to concentrate on the first number and sort of overlook the others. However, there is some good news. Dollar Tree maintains simplicity in contrast to large retailers whose prices fluctuate weekly. To prevent overspending, there's no need to check sales, clip coupons, or install some complex program. You pay the price you see, no matter what. For busy people who simply want to get in and out without any surprises at checkout, that constancy is actually a huge positive. No complicated math is required. You can simply count your things and multiply by $1.25. To be fair, Dollar Tree does have some undiscovered treasures that are well worth the trip. For a fraction of the price, basic party supplies, greeting cards, and school supplies frequently match the quality of more expensive businesses. Here, a birthday card that would cost $5 elsewhere only costs $1.25, freeing up more cash for the gift itself. Seeing people argue over whether something is worth $1.25, as if that extra quarter would be disastrous, is sort of comical. You'll hear things like, "This is $2? Highway robbery, that is. However, $1.25? I'll take 10 yes." Does Dollar Tree still make sense then? Actually, it depends on what you're purchasing. While some products are deceptively disguised imitations, others provide genuine value. Understanding the distinction is crucial, and that's precisely what we're going to focus on next. Have you ever gone to Dollar Tree to buy a box of cereal only to discover it was half empty when you got home? Greetings from the cunning realm of shrinkflation, in which the contents of a box continue to shrink but the package itself remains the same size. At a supermarket shop, a 14-ounce box of name-brand cereal may cost $4, but at Dollar Tree, the identical brand weighs only 3 ounces and only $1.25. The grocery store charges about 30 cents per ounce, while Dollar Tree charges 42 cents per ounce. That deal isn't sweet, even though those cereal flakes are frosted. It's not just cereal either. Compared to grocery stores, Dollar Tree often has food goods that cost up to 40% more per ounce. Microwavable dinners usually include 30% less food than the identical brands at traditional supermarkets, and even candy bars are frequently 20% smaller than their conventional quantities. The nutritional value, or lack thereof, is much more worrisome. Many foods produced especially for dollar stores have higher levels of sugar, sodium, and preservatives than their normal counterparts. It's really a cost-cutting measure for manufacturers, and regrettably, quality is typically sacrificed first. Once more, though, there is hope. If you know where to look, the food aisles still have a few true deals. For instance, spices at grocery stores can cost $4 to $5, but they only cost $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Basic essentials like rice, pasta, and canned veggies are frequently less expensive and of comparable quality to low-cost store brands. The challenge is to distinguish between what we would refer to as snack deception, those depressing, half-empty packages that almost reverberate when you shake them, and a true deal. Additionally, Dollar Tree frequently stocks discontinued items, which can be advantageous if you're trying to find something that's impossible to find elsewhere. However, it's not always a fantastic deal just because it's there. Make sure you're not fooled by the appearance of discounts before you start packing your cart. Let's investigate more to determine which goods are truly worth the money you have spent. Finding unusual international foods that aren't available anyplace else is one of the surprisingly enjoyable aspects of shopping at Dollar Tree. For daring diners who want to try something new without breaking the bank, it's like a miniature treasure hunt. Organizing a party on a tight budget? For party planners trying to cut costs, Dollar Tree has undoubtedly emerged as the preferred destination. But are these holiday purchases truly worth the money you spent? Let's begin with the less than ideal news. The majority of the party supplies are, at best, one and done. Paper plates, those thin ones? Anything heavier than a piece of cake frequently causes them to collapse. Indeed, according to a survey, 87% of hosts encountered at least one Dollar Tree plate malfunction while hosting their event. Surprise gravy in your lap is the epitome of a surprise party. Additionally, napkins are a problem in addition to the plates. You may need 5 or 6 of them just to wipe your hands adequately because they are so thin. Compared to similar low-cost products at supermarkets, a typical Dollar Tree napkin is roughly 25% smaller and 40% thinner. And let's not even talk about the plastic tablecloths. They can be torn with the smallest tug and are notably thinner than those you'd get at a party specialty store. And those tacky adhesives that are meant to keep your decorations and banners in place? Their chances of making it through the entire celebration before gravity takes over are roughly 50-50. It's not all bad news though. As far as party essentials go, Dollar Tree is the best. They have an amazing assortment of solid-colored plates, cups, and napkins that come in every possible shade, and their prices are up to 70% lower than those of party specialist stores. Compared to the 20 to 30 cents you would pay at a party store, a box of 25 napkins for about $1.25 works out to only 5 cents each. Aside from that, one of Dollar Tree's best-kept secrets is their gift bags. Greeting card businesses charge $4 to $7 for identical gift bags, yet these are only $1.25 here. Only you, your wallet, and, well, now everyone viewing this video, know that you paid a little more than $1 on that sexy-looking purse. Let's also discuss balloons. A single Mylar balloon can cost up to $4 at party stores, yet they only cost $1.25 each at Dollar Tree. Although the choices may be somewhat small, there are many options if you're keeping to simple birthday or celebration themes. Another fantastic bargain is party favors and tiny toys, which are ideal for treat bags without going over budget. The quality of these small items isn't really noticed or cared about by most kids, thus Dollar Tree's pricing is ideal for filling such bags without feeling overcharged. To find out what else Dollar Tree has planned, let's step back from the party aisle. You may be taken aback to see certain well-known brands' packaging and branding as you browse the store. These branded products, which range from snacks to cleaning supplies, are sure to attract your attention. There's more to the story though, before you start packing your cart. Large producers frequently produce unique iterations of their goods, especially for dollar retailers. It's a smart tactic that entails shrinking the product or making minor changes to the recipe while maintaining packaging that resembles that of other stores. For instance, the dish soap container may have the same well-known logo and appearance, but upon closer inspection, it appears to be significantly smaller or less concentrated than the ones you would find at your typical grocery shop. It's a typical shrinkflation trick: less product, same brand. Ultimately, the secret to successful Dollar Tree shopping is being able to distinguish between the genuine bargains and the cunning knockoffs. Spend some time comparing sizes, reading labels, and making sure you're not fooled by the appearance of discounts, whether you're buying party supplies or just some regular necessities. You won't want to miss our next exploration of the surprising highs and lows of shopping at Dollar Tree, so stay tuned. Have you ever noticed how some Dollar Tree products have the exact same appearance as name-brand ones you find at other stores, but for some reason, they feel different? When you turn that familiar dish soap container over, you'll discover that it only holds 4 ounces rather than the typical 10-ounce amount that is marketed elsewhere. In fact, according to industry research, 65% of name-brand items at dollar stores have 20% to 50% less goods than their mainstream equivalents. You get the branding but not the whole experience, like when you buy expensive jeans with one leg suddenly shorter than the other. And size isn't the end of it. Additionally, several of Dollar Tree's branded products have somewhat altered formulas. Even though the name-brand shampoo may have the same container and label, a deeper examination of the ingredients will frequently reveal that it is a diluted version made of less expensive substances. Numerous dollar store versions of name-brand products have been found to have less active components and more fillers, according to tests. Therefore, even though it could appear to be a good deal, you're frequently paying for subpar quality. It's also important to remember that Dollar Tree occasionally receives inventory that is closer to its best by date than what other stores would accept. Although most products are still entirely safe to use after these dates, it's still a good idea to double-check before adding them to your cart. However, there is some good news. The fact that Dollar Tree frequently receives overstock and discontinued merchandise from well-known brands is one of its greatest features. Older versions frequently end up on the shelves of dollar stores when businesses change their formulae or update their packaging. These things are just significantly less expensive than what you would buy at traditional stores. Even limited edition flavors or seasonal items that didn't sell out elsewhere may be available to you. According to market research, authentic overstock from traditional retail channels accounts for about 15% of dollar store brand name products. The secret here? Always pay close attention to the labels. As with reading the terms and conditions of a software update, it's simple math, but it takes a bit more focus than most of us typically give it. It can prevent you from overpaying for less merchandise, but almost no one does it. There are undoubtedly some genuine gems concealed on those shelves in spite of all the possible hazards. Products for personal care and beauty, for example, can provide good value. Brand name hair accessories, deodorant, and toothbrushes are often 60% to 70% less expensive than those found at pharmacies. Sometimes identifying the true offers where they are is more important than having a fancy label or being well known. Not everything lives up to the hype, so let's talk about necessities for the home now. Dollar Tree trash bags? Complete letdown. They are up to 60% thinner than top brands, according to lab tests. These bags often expire around January 2nd, which is sooner than most individuals do with their New Year's resolutions. Batteries? The same tale. Usually, they barely survive 25% to 30% as long as well-known brands. You would believe they have an allergy to really powering stuff because they die so fast. Storage containers don't always work well. The containers for food? After only a few uses, they start to distort. However, non-food bins, such as those used for office supplies or closet organization, fare surprisingly well. However, light bulbs are yet another disappointment. Compared to the 1,000 hours that ordinary bulbs typically endure, they last about 300 hours. In essence, they are like that friend who never shows up when you need them most. They leave the party early. However, there are some positive aspects to home things. In actuality, cleaning materials work fairly effectively. The active chemicals found in high-end brands are also included in basic items like window cleaning and bleach. Scrubbing brushes and sponges? They are also competitive. It's evidence that, even when you're on a tight budget, sometimes simplicity is preferable. In the end, Dollar Tree has a lot of potential hazards even though it might be a treasure trove for certain things. Being aware of what to buy and what to avoid can mean the difference between feeling like you were taken advantage of and saving money. Stay tuned, as we're going to analyze even more unexpected Dollar Tree hits and fails. The cleaning materials from Dollar Tree can be found in some unexpectedly useful ways. For instance, microfiber towels are well worth the investment. They are far less expensive than purchasing the same item from a big box retailer, yet they are also long-lasting and efficient. 10 scouring pads cost only 12 cents each, which is roughly 1/3 the price of name-brand products. Another wise purchase are shower curtain liners. Let's face it, no matter how much you spend, they need to be replaced every few months, so why spend $8 on something you're just going to throw away? Since the average home uses roughly 25 bottles of hand soap annually, basic soap also works well for daily cleaning and is an easy method to cut costs without compromising quality. Knowing which things to trust is the key to getting good discounts at Dollar Tree. Similar to dating, certain things may seem thrilling at first but turn out to be reliable when it matters most, while others may seem wonderful at first but leave you completely heartbroken. However, let's discuss more intimate topics, such as cosmetics and healthcare items. Your skin could literally be saved if you know what to buy and what to avoid here. Let's start with the hazards. Dollar Tree sunscreen frequently fails to provide the level of protection that is claimed. According to lab studies, over 43% of these sunscreens have lower SPF than what is claimed. In essence, using a paper umbrella to shield yourself from the sun is ineffective and will result in burns. Dollar store makeup can also be dubious. Hazardous heavy metals like lead and mercury were discovered to be present in nearly 28% of tested items, occasionally in levels beyond safety thresholds. Your face isn't exactly what you want. However, not every Dollar Tree cosmetic product is a failure. Simple products like toothbrushes work perfectly, and since it's more vital to replace them frequently than to spend a lot of money on a fancy one, this is a good purchase. Cotton items, such as rounds and swabs, are nearly the same as more expensive ones. Compared to drugstores, you can save over 70% on a pack of 500 cotton swabs. Combs, hairbrushes, and simple bar soaps also work nicely. They may not have all the features of high-end brands, but they are reliable for daily usage. Considering how long something remains on your skin is the key here. have higher expectations for those who stay with you throughout the day, much like when picking friends. Let's go to the toy section now. Although it's simple to be seduced by the absurdly low pricing, not all children's products are made equally. Plastic toys are often terrible. 68% of them broke after just one day of regular play, according to a research. More quickly than a mayfly, these toys are gone by noon, broken tomorrow, and here now. Another thing to think about is safety. Small pieces that can come loose and present a choking danger have been discovered through random testing. On the plus side, since the toys are already in the trash, they no longer pose a choking hazard if they break within 10 minutes. However, not everything in the children's area is a failure. In actuality, basic puzzles, coloring books, and activity books are very affordable. Similar things at a bookstore would often cost $3 to $5, but at Dollar Tree, they only cost $1.25. Crayons and construction paper are also excellent art supplies for regular creative endeavors. To be honest, your refrigerator door won't be able to tell the difference between a masterpiece created with expensive markers and one created with Dollar Tree markers. Notebooks, pencils, and erasers are good options for school supplies because they get the job done without breaking the bank. Let's now discuss seasonal products. With each season, Dollar Tree undergoes a complete makeover, from Halloween pumpkins to Christmas decorations to Valentine's Day hearts. However, are these holiday treasures truly worth the money? Durability is the main problem with seasonal decorations. It's possible that those adorable Halloween skeletons won't survive until October 31st. And ornaments for Christmas? During an earthquake, they lose glitter more quickly than a disco ball. It's like inviting mayhem into your vacation arrangements. Not everything on the seasonal aisle, though, is a failure. Dollar Tree gift wrap is fantastic. Wrapping paper, tissue, bows, and gift tags are all reasonably priced, and gift bags that would normally cost $5 are only $1.25 here. A consumer research claims that only by purchasing these things at dollar stores, the typical household saves over $32 in December. Since holiday dinnerware is single-use and doesn't have to be of the highest caliber, it also makes sense to get themed napkins and paper plates here. So, the big question still stands after looking at everything from toys to cleaning products to holiday decor. Is it really worth it to shop at Dollar Tree? It depends, is the response. While some things are better off staying on the shelf, others are well worth the savings. It all boils down to understanding what is a good deal and what is not. Stay tuned for much more tips on how to shop more wisely and avoid falling for devious retail tricks.